Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first in a series of kind of presentations that are going to give you a short guide on how you can best go about creating yourself your very first setup of your finance department. So it's going to give you the foundations to build a few systems that you're going to be able to put in place and they're going to help you and your business. And arguably, it's the best thing you can do for the long-term success of your business. So what exactly is this series? It's 30 small tasks across the next 30 days, all of which that are going to help you build the foundations and put a few systems in place that are going to help you create that first initial semblance of your finance department that will help you grow all the way up to your first £100,000 profit year. So what we're going to do in this first presentation is we're going to go over a brief background of what the structure of a business should look like and exactly where your finance department and your analytics department, most of all, is going to fit within the structure of your business. So each business in any industry breaks down into three core sections. So we're going to go through these one by one, and then we're going to kind of focus down on the branch of the business structure that we're really going to be able to help you with, and we're going to help you implement a few key systems to help bring that branch to life, really. So the first of the three kind of key elements of any business is the first branch, which is obviously your sales and your marketing. The sales is the lifeblood of any business, and marketing kind of goes hand in hand with that, really. So sales and marketing, for example, this branch kind of breaks down into a few sub branches of sales and marketing, and then marketing even further can potentially break down into things like your content marketing strategy and your direct marketing strategy. All of that feeds into your sales branch. And in the landscaping industry, that's arguably your sales, which funnels down into your lead follow-up, which then you can start nurturing your customer and producing an actual paying client at the end of it. So that's the first one. The second branch is what's known as your operations branch. And this is anything that's involved with delivering the product or service to your customer. So for example, in this industry, if we break that down, you've got your first branch, which is your pricing and your quoting, which you can then break down into sort of surveying and then actually pricing up the job. And the second branch, for example, this is all just examples. This isn't sort of a hard and fast way to doing it, but your second branch is then your general kind of delivering of the landscaping service and product to your customer, which again, if you wanted to, would break down into things like groundwork, paving, fencing, anything to do with actually delivering that product to your customer. Again, it's not a complete setup of your operations branch. For example, there's things missing like your customer service or your complaint handling, anything like that that's involved with delivering your product or service and then handling that right through to completion in terms of the actual product that you're delivering. That all comes under your operations branch. And your third branch is your finance and your admin branch. So if we split this down into finance and administration, in finance, you've got the two arms of finance. The first one, which is compliance, which is anything really that keeps you out of jail or keeps you from getting fined. So anything, your tax returns, your VAT returns, your corporation tax at the end of the year, those are all known as compliance issues. And then your second branch is your analytics. So that's all the number crunching that you can do with all the numbers that your business is producing that are going on your compliance reports. So your profit and loss statements and anything else that's any of the other numbers that are coming into and going out of your business. Analytics helps declutter that and put that in a usable format that can help you make decisions. And then the administration branch is anything to do with, the paperwork and the boring stuff that we don't want to do. That's kind of handling the paperwork that your business is producing. So you've got your invoicing, your payments, for example, or your HR and your recruitment branch. So your administration really is any of the extra work and the bits and bobs and crossing the T's, dotting the I's, and handling all that sort of stuff that your business is producing as a result of you delivering your product. So inside those three branches, you've got almost everything that any business will ever need to look out for. So where we fit in and what we're doing in this series, we are handling these two branches here. So we're going into the finance branch, and specifically we're looking at that analytics branch that is going to help you create your effective finance department that's going to scale with you all the way up until that first 100K profit year. So in the end, you're going to look, every company, no matter, even at the moment, your company will have a structure. Even if you don't know it, it will have a structure that looks like this. So there's no way around it. Everything that you'll be doing as part of your business will fit into this somewhere, and that's the whole structure of almost any business in the entire world. Obviously, with a few changes made for specifics, but that really does encompass everything that a business needs to do. And again, those boxes there, those branches there, are where we fit in and what we're going to help you with over the next 30 days. So why is it that branch is so important? So why is that finance and analytics branch so important? It helps you with things like actually submitting prices to your clients that are correct and accurate according to the needs of your own business. So everyone's going to need to price slightly differently, and actually using your finance branch and using your analytics branch properly helps you know exactly what it is you need to price up according to your own business. It helps you guarantee a profit on a project. So if you know your numbers and you've got a good analytics branch working in the background, you will almost know how much profit you're going to make on a project before you even start that project. The third thing is it's going to help you pay yourself what you actually deserve. So it helps you isolate the amount of money that you've earned and then split that down into what you need to use to pay your tax bill, what you need to use to pay your wages, and what you need to use to actually pay yourself what you actually deserve. And finally, in general, it just helps you build that sustainable and predictable business going forward. And that's really what it's all about. If you can predict the income that you're going to generate before you've even generated it, then you've got a very, very healthy business that can scale as well as you need to scale it. So how difficult is that branch to set up? Not everyone has any form of analytics department or analytics branch at the moment. A lot of the finance department and the role that people see it as is purely that compliance stuff. So purely the stuff that's going to be tax returns, the stuff that's going to stop you getting fined, and the stuff that you need to submit for the government to have a look at. So that's not the only branch of finance. There is that analytics branch that help you really flesh out your finance department and really actually make it work for you. So for a business up to 100,000 in kind of net profit, a lot can be sorted with what we call that compliance branch. So a good accountant or bookkeeper can help you stay on top of that and help sort that out for you. And if you add to that your analytics department, simple analytics, and a good set of cash flow management tools, that's really everything that you need to scale your business up to that first £100,000 profit year. So in terms of setting up itself, it's 30 tasks in 30 days, and they are all small tasks, and that is going to give you your very simple foundations that are going to sort of set up that first analytics branch for you and give you tools and ways to actually implement the findings of those numbers. So and it will give you, like I said, it will give you those tools that will help you scale up to that first £100,000 a year. So what actual benefits will you see? So when you set this up, you will notice some immediate benefits. You'll be prepared ahead of time for any tax or VAT bill. You'll be able to pay yourself an honest wage, so you'll know exactly how much is available for you to keep for yourself. You'll be able to, at the end of a year, at the end of a quarter, you'll be able to enjoy the profits that your company is making, knowing full well that those profits are available for you to take for yourself. And it will help you perfect your pricing from your very next project based on the needs of your own company. After all, that's why we're in business. We need to price properly, and we need to be able to enjoy the money and the profits that our company is making. So the next 30 days, we're going to be posting one task for you to complete per day, and they're going to be simple 5-10 minute jobs that you can do in the morning with your coffee, to really kind of help you set up and have that analytics and finance branch in place for the end of January. And then by the end of that 30 days, you'll have the foundations of that department that really will realistically scale all the way up until your first £100,000 profit year. After that, there's a few more bells and whistles that you're going to need, but for 99% of people, this analytics branch here is going to be everything that they need to get to that first 100K year. So task one is quite a simple one. We're going to keep it simple. I appreciate it's New Year's Day, so you might be feeling a little bit delicate. So we're not going to give you too much, well, no number crunching to do at all. This is a very simple task. And the first task is to export your last 12 months of bank statements from your business bank account. And that's all we're going to need you to do on this day one. So you need to know your starting point. And all we need to do is get that starting point. We're going to use the exported data later, but all we're going to do today is just export that data from your bank. So if possible, export it as a spreadsheet. So you need to log into your bank. I don't know the ins and outs of every bank, but I'm with NatWest myself, and all I need to do is log into that, go into the statements section, and then it lets me set a date between the two, and then I can then choose to export that either as a PDF or what's called a CSV, and a CSV is just your spreadsheets. So ideally, if you can export that as the CSV and not as a PDF, you're going to find the next tasks in subsequent days a lot easier if it's exported as a spreadsheet. You need to export the bank. If you've got more than one bank account, you need to export the transactions and the information from any bank account that handles income or that you make payments out of. So anything that handles your kind of day-to-day banking. If you've got separate side pots for your VAT, for example, leave them alone as they are. They're just kind of holding accounts. So we don't need statements for anything that's just simply a holding account. We need any active bank account that handles income or that you make payments out of. The majority of you will just have the one, in which case you'll know exactly the bank account that I'm talking about. Just export the last 12 months, so the previous year, all of 2020, export all the transactions from last year. And that's all we're going to do today. Once you've done that, find somewhere to save it, and ideally rename yourself a folder so you know exactly where it is, and we're going to come back for it tomorrow. Okay, so that's the only thing we need to do today is just log into your bank account, export that statement, ideally as a spreadsheet, and save it somewhere where you know you're going to be able to find it tomorrow. So that is literally it for today. That's task 1 out of 30 complete. I know it sounds like a lot, but these are honestly, like I said, 5-10 minute jobs. And at the end of those 30 days, you're going to have your full analytics arm up and operating. And it'll be ready to use from the 1st of February. And it's really, really simple. We're going to show you how, and we're going to show you exactly how you're going to get the benefits from it. So any questions in the meantime, you can email me. That's me at the bottom there. That's kelsey@elevateprofit.co.uk. Alternatively, there's a little bit more information on the website about what exactly is the method behind what we're doing and how we have kind of done a few studies and case studies on how this actually benefits landscaping businesses specifically. So if you want a bit more information, you can visit the website, or if you've got any questions, just ping me an email there at the bottom and I'll get back to you very, very shortly. So thank you very much for signing up for the 30-day challenge. I hope it's going to be a lot of use to all of you. It's very, very simple to implement. It's very, very effective once it has been completed. And it's like I said, it's only 30 small tasks in 30 days that are going to get you up and running with a proper usable department that's going to give you really usable information. Okay, any questions, let me know, but I will be back with you tomorrow.